Hello everybody, it's Bangkok Ian here. Yeah, first video in front of the cameras for bloody ages. What, about 6 months or something like that, I think. Anyway, just thought I'd give a quick Bangkok update and really good VR to Generation Pixel. Really clever. So I'm going to do that about your best gear. For gaming and movies and music. Anyway, here we go. It's the Golden Year Community Challenge and a quick Bangkok update. So let's get out of the way. Bangkok update first. Thailand, our COVID numbers have been rising the past couple of weeks, and yeah, pretty badly. Still nowhere near as bad as other countries, but it's best to nip it in the bud. So yesterday the government announced some new restrictions. There's no curfew. There were rumours of a curfew again, like there was last year, but no, that's not going to happen. Basically, schools are from tomorrow for the next, at least the next 2 weeks, 2 years. Fucking hope not. Yeah, next 2 weeks or so, depending on how things develop. All schools are closed. They're supposed to be back after the Songkran holidays, and international schools were supposed to be opening next week. That ain't gonna happen now. All entertainment venues can't open, which is like massage parlors, game arcades, bowling alleys, things like that. They have to stay shut. Pubs and clubs, unfortunately, they're still shut. And the thing that's going to affect me the most, I think, is that restaurants, you can still eat inside the restaurants until 9 o'clock, but you can't buy any beer in restaurants. Like last week, I was at restaurants at lunch a couple of times. Nice lunch with a couple of beers. Unfortunately, that's no longer possible from tomorrow. But you can still buy beer in the shops, and there's a good company I use called Zip Bike, and they deliver it to your home within about an hour or two. So I'm fully stocked up. It's just that it's going to be a bit of a pain in the arse. Not going to be able to go out for a meal and have some beer or wine with it. But c'est la vie. What other restrictions are there? Yeah, people are being told. I've done this to all my staff about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they're saying if you can work from home, please work from home for at least the next 2 weeks until the end of April. So yeah, that's what's happening. Right now, I live 5 minutes away from the office, so it's just me going in. All my staff, they're working from home. Someone has to be there to answer the phones, and we still get like DHL and telephone calls, so I'm just doing that just to be, someone has to be there, and I'm close by, so I go to the office. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, let's get on to the meat of this video. It's a really good subject. It's a VR to a Generation Pixel. I just found this channel, and yeah, it's a really good topic. It's your Golden Year Community Challenge. Now you have to pick your Golden Year, and you have to choose one movie, one music album, and one game from that year. And it's a really clever subject, because I love the 90s, but my favourite movies from this year, favourite game from this year, and my favourite album is from another year. But no, he's making it restrict it just to 1 year. And yeah, it made me think a lot. It's a really good topic. Anyway, here's my answer to that. My year is 1994. I love the 90s. I was in my prime then. I said this before in another video. I was young, free and single. I was working on the oil rigs in Africa, spending 4 weeks on the rig, and I'd come home back to the UK, and I had 4 weeks to spend. A very disposable income. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I was living the life of Riley in the 90s, and 1994 was an absolutely brilliant year for me. And so let's go through my picks of album, movie, and game. Movie, I'm gonna go for Alex Proyas's The Crow, that classic Brandon Lee film. Absolutely stunning movie. What they did for such a low budget movie, it just looks amazing. I love the gothic style of it, and all the nighttime scenes, and absolutely brilliant film. Brandon Lee has never been better. It's a real shame that he sadly died just as they were finishing the end of the movie. I believe it was some gun accident. There's supposed to be blanks in it or something. I don't know exactly the details, but it's a real loss because he was a brilliant movie star. He had such great charisma. And yeah, the supporting cast in that film is great as well. You got Ernie Hudson and Michael Wincott. He's always a great baddie, and he's a really gruff sounding baddie in this one. Yeah, really good film. If you've never seen it, recommend it. It's definitely like lightning in a bottle. They're talking about remaking it. The sequels were garbage. Avoid the sequels. And if they remake it, no, it's just not gonna work because it was just perfect for the time. So yeah, The Crow is my movie choice. For album, this was an easy one. One of my all-time favorite albums. It's the album by Portishead. It's the album called Dummy. One of my all-time favorite albums. I'll still listen to it now on Spotify and YouTube Music. Absolutely brilliant album. It won several albums of the year that year. And yeah, I remember buying it and just falling in love with it. And there's the singles, there's Sour Times, and oh god, I can't remember the singles. They were great. I think there was three singles from it, but Sour Times is the standout. It's like the best Bond tune that they never used, and that's still on my daily playlist when I'm going to work and back. I just love the album. So yeah, Portishead, Dummy, one of my all-time favorite albums. I mean, is it Beth Harden? She's the vocalist for Portishead. Absolutely sublimely beautiful vocalist. Her voice, just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. They've not made many albums. Real shame. But not match the quality of the first one. I've got the others. I think they made 3. I've got 3 of them anyway. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, Portishead. The album's called Dummy. Highly recommended. And finally, for the game, just take another swig of beer. Oh, that's nice. For the game, I'm going for one of my all-time favorite games. And it's getting a remake later in this year, and I couldn't be happier about it. The game is System Shock, one of the very first immersive sims. I think the first one I can actually remember is Ultima Underworld, then Ultima Underworld 2 came out, and System Shock by Looking Glass, the same developer, absolutely knocked it out of the park. Warren Spector, he was involved in it, and he later went on to do Deus Ex, and without System Shock, there'd be no Deus Ex, there'd be no Bioshock, there'd be pretty much no immersive sims. I mean, immersive sims are pretty much my all-time favorite genre of game, mainly because they're brilliant single-player only games. So, I'm hoping to hear about the next Bioshock game, hopefully in the summer. Apparently they're going to make it open world, but as long as they still keep the immersive sim and make it single player, I'll still definitely be buying it. But yeah, System Shock is an amazing game. It's like a first person RPG, shooter, stealth game. As I said, it's an immersive sim. It's pretty much every single genre of game all rolled up into one. Looked amazing back in the day. It still looks great now. The control scheme hasn't really aged that well, which is really why I'm chuffed that they're making a remake of it. GOG and Steam re-released the original System Shock around 2-3 years ago, and they did update the controls, and yeah, you can play it like a WASD style game. But yeah, the original System Shock, I bought it twice. I bought the floppy disk version first, and then later in the year they brought out a CD version because CD-ROM had just come out, and it had all the voice logs. It was one of the very first games that had voice logs to tell the story. It was copied multiple times later on, but this is one of the first times I can remember doing it being done in a game. And yeah, such a brilliant game. Anyway, there you go, that's my video response. I'll leave a link down below to the original video by Generation Pixel. I'm just founding his channel, and yeah, it's really good channel, so yeah, go and subscribe. So yeah, there we go, just a quick video today, and that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Cheers.